Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft podcast series. My name is Wizzy here, and also call me Wizzy, and today we are hopping back on the server, which I've been quite busy on lately. So as we left last time, we were working on the upgrading the street lights, and it is raining. We're gonna change that. Weather clear. Okay. So yeah, or at least I was going through replacing all the streetlights with the new streetlights, or I'm gonna call them the version 2.0 streetlights. And so where I'm stood right here is this was, if you guys may or may not remember, I had a tiny little power station. There were all kinds of power lines telephone poles and power lines that were hooked up to the old streetlights were connected to was right here. It's now gone. All the telephone poles and everything that I had throughout the server are gone, because I have gone through and replaced every single streetlight. At least that I had, with the new ones. So as you can see, I've been quite busy. I guess I've gone through basically everywhere. The only place that does not have the new street lights, and even if I go over towards this way, and I did actually just replace the command blocks for these streetlights to use the new function system that I had. So even if I go this way, you can see down this way I have all the new streetlights. World doesn't want to load very well right now. But yeah, even on this bridge going out this way, like I said, everywhere basically I replaced all the streetlights. So that's all done. And I kind of enjoyed going through and replacing them. But as you can see right here in the distance, these ones I have not replaced. But as you'll tell when we get closer, they are not like the old ones that I had. Well, I mean, these are the old ones, but I removed all of the redstone functionality of these ones. I mean, there were the street or telephone poles out here connected to these. But what I did was, just like all of these other streetlights, is I used the functions or function command block thing, which is right here, to run these. Basically, instead of it being up and down, it's just horizontal, so it's going from these down to that way, and then have another one to do those. And then I just re-added the daylight sensor to kind of give it a little bit more aesthetic for these ones, because I had the daylight sensors before. But these are the only ones that are the old streetlights, because this is like basically a prison. So, other than that, yeah, everywhere else it's all the 2.0 street lights. I don't know why I have these torches here. I must have been measuring this out for something. But we don't need torches here. Are there any other torches on this? Oh, you know what I was probably doing was, when I was making the map for Towering Heights here, I think I was measuring that out. But anyways, so I think what I'm going to do this episode, since we don't have any more streetlights to work on, I mean, yes, I could go down, do some more of the subway signal stuff. As you can see from the announcement, I do have the outbound orange line side closed now. Haven't really done a whole lot with that yet. But like I said, that's just so tedious to do. So I think what we might do for this episode is I might build a new building. Now, I don't know if I want to build another one here in Towering Heights, or if I want to start building somewhere else. I feel like I could probably build a new one here in Towering Heights. It's just a matter of where. I mean, I could build one right in this spot. Or do I want to build it back this way where I used to have the go-kart track? So many possibilities. Or we could do something completely different, but I don't know what. We're doing it live. We're trying to figure out what we want to do. So, one thing I do want to do was I want to show you. So, I know I showed you guys before that I'm able to change all of these street lights and basically colorize them. I have a command center down here where I'm able to do that. And how I did it before was I had, of course, a whole bunch of command blocks to be able to run the function, or not the functions, but basically power the system or run the system to be able to change the streetlights. So here's the command control panel that I showcased before. So if we go into here, this is basically the computer that runs it. So I don't know if I might have shown back here before, but if I did and you guys remember, basically I had command blocks running from here all the way to this wall, and then I had command blocks basically from here down to this wall, and there were 17 command blocks for each one. Basically I had a section here for the selected lights. So basically what it would do was, depending on what button was selected out here, it would put the selected color for the given color selection into this. And then I had one to change the buttons or whatever, and then one to set the colors into these blocks based on what buttons I press. And then the ones over here to actually set the lights themselves. So overall there was actually 442 command blocks that ran those basically that did all that I just explained. And now it's right here. This is it. So I have selected colors, select unselect the colors, which is for the buttons, set the colors, and then set the lights. So I'm using the functions for these as well. I'm sure you've noticed a theme as far as the functions go lately. Obviously it's to help reduce number of command blocks. I mean, in this case, I went from 442 command blocks down to 4. So that greatly reduces the number of command blocks as well. But yeah, this still functions just as normal with the functions, obviously. And so yeah, I did that. But yeah, so I think, I mean, there's a few things I could do, kind of, I guess. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do a tower. I haven't done a tower build in a while. So I think what we'll do is we'll do it over on this side. Yeah, we'll do it right over here on this road. We'll do it so the entrance is on this road here. So what we'll do is, let me take some torches out. And now the design of it, I don't know how I want to design it. That's the problem I always run into, is how do I want to design the buildings? because as you can see, quite a few of them here are all just kind of squares. I mean, I do different variations of the squares, like this one I have like a stepping pattern. The spiraling stepping pattern, actually. This one's based off the One World Trade Center, New York City. I mean, some of these other ones are older as well. Like these two are older. The oldest towers are these ones. This one I think is the newest. But, well, anyways, we'll outline the area, see what we want to do, figure out how I want to do it, especially once we go up. I could just keep it as like a rectangular shape, or I could do more of a square shape. Well, like I said, we'll see when we get to that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. So we'll have a 4-block gap between the road and the building. So, in fact, what we'll do is we'll do this. So this marks the corner. And then we'll count out. So we're going to have the entrance over on this road here. So I think what I want to do is, a lot of them are, like, let's say, like this size here. This is what, like 30 something, 32? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. So it's 30 by 30, and I'm pretty sure I did make it square. So maybe we'll do one. A lot of the newer ones have been like a little bit smaller, although the other one that we saw down that way was more rectangular. The entrance side was a little bit wider. I think what we might do is we might do maybe 40. Let's go maybe 46 this way, and we'll do like maybe 38, so 46 by 38. So we'll do that. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6. Okay. And then, or even I could do 46 by 36. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll do, actually, you know what? We'll do 46 by 36. Okay, so these are the corners. So we'll dig 1 block down for each corner. Or actually, you know what? We'll do, place a stone block in each corner. And then basically what I'll do is I'll do a fill command to remove the area below. But what I want to do before that is we're going to go into spectator mode and just make sure there's really nothing underneath that I'm going to be removing. So this train or subway tunnel is a ways down. Sometimes I'll do like basically double basements. And then usually what I'll do is I'll have command blocks down below like this. But I think what I'm going to do with this building is we're actually going to do a function command block for the lights instead of all of the command blocks like that. So I won't need the extra sub-level below the basement levels. So what we'll do... Why do I... Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the bank vault. So, we should be fine to dig down below. So what we'll do, in fact, where is this? So let me dig down from like right here, just to make sure. So what we're gonna do is let me do a 4x4 right like this. So usually what I'll do is I'll have like the floor there, ceiling, I want to do, yeah, I think I'll do it like that. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will be the floor. So yeah, we're well, for one basement level, we're well below, or above rather, the subway system here. So this is Y level 63. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this spot and we're gonna do -244. And we're gonna make this, instead of 70, we're gonna do 63, -71. Okay, we're gonna copy that. We're gonna go over to this corner and we're gonna do fill. And then I can just tab for that one because that's for that where that block is. And then we're gonna paste in the other corner, and then we're gonna do air. And then just like that, we have our area cleared out. And I don't think there were any torches in here from those little areas, pockets below. Speaking of torches, I don't need these anymore. And so what's going on here is this is actually the original wall for the city. If we go in, you can see it's 4 blocks wide. And if we go over to the wall here for a second, you can see this is 4 blocks wide. So what I did was, at one point, the city wall actually ran along this way. But then at some point I moved it back this way to expand the city some more. Okay, now the tough question is, what material do I want to use to build this tower? Now, most of the times, of course, I use iron blocks because I feel like for skyscrapers, that's the best looking material to use. Makes it look more modern. And of course, I've been doing a lot more of like these glass facades as well. I guess if we go back this way, and I mean, I do vary, even though they're all square, I do vary the designs of the towers. Like this one I changed up a little bit, put more of like a wavy sort of look on the walls, to change it up a little bit. But I think, and of course there's some buildings where I use other types of material. Like these ones are cyan concrete. I think this one's cyan concrete as well. Yeah, this one is gray concrete. I recently used copper or waxed copper for this one. Of course, iron blocks. But let's take a look. Let's see what we have. Don't really want to use any of these colored blocks, I don't think. Wooden towers, I mean, I could. It's just, I don't know. Like, I could always do, like, stripped birch wood or stripped oak wood or even the stripped jungle or spruce. But I don't know, just... I mean, we've got granite. I could always use polished andesite. I've used polished diorite before. I mean, that's nice to use. Of course, I use quartz a bit as well. Like, that one's a quartz building. Usually the ones that I use the quartz for are more of, like, the older... almost like a, Art Deco sort of, looking building sort of thing, I guess. Bricks don't, if I'm gonna use bricks, I'm probably gonna do more of a smaller building. The deep slate is just almost too dark, I don't know. Sandstone, like I said, I did that with, or at least, yeah, the regular sandstone I did with the first towers. I mean, there's not a ton of different options. Could always do, like, endstone bricks, but... I mean, that's... Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I don't know, there's something about it with the brick tile thing, it makes it seem like I shouldn't really make a tower with it, like especially a tall tower, kind of like the regular bricks. I mean, I could go absolutely crazy, do like redstone blocks, or, I mean, that wouldn't really work actually. Gold blocks, or lapis lazuli, however you pronounce it. Netherite. I mean, I could do more of like the exposed copper, or even just the oxidized copper, have more of a green looking tower. I don't need those. I'll keep one torch. I mean, I could, I suppose, go through with one of these, but I don't know. It's almost too vibrant with these concretes. The terracotta are almost too muted. And not only that, but like, problem I have with those is it's almost too smooth. Like, one problem I had was when I did the federal building over here, I used well, this is concrete, yeah. And it's like very, very dark, obviously. I mean, I don't know. And this is concrete as well, isn't it? Was this concrete or was this terracotta? That's concrete. I haven't actually used terracotta for the, for those. And glazed terracotta, I'm definitely not building with those. So I think... So we either have that, or we have that. See, I'm almost tempted to go with the polished andesite, because I haven't really done many builds with that. So I'm almost thinking that's what I will do, is I'm going to use the polished andesite for this building. So what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to do the fill command. But so this was 70, so we're going to bring it up to 68. So we'll do 68, and we're going to do polished andesite, and we're going to do outline. So that means the interior of this is going to be hollow, like this, which is just what we want. And then I can do that one more time, go from 68 to 70, and then we'll have the one block basically gap between. And then that's the basement. And then once we do the first floor, I can do the staircase down. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the corners. just like this. I always start like this. And then I figure out how I want to fill in the sides afterwards. And the first floor, sometimes I will make the first floor a little bit taller, but generally what I've been doing is I'm keeping it the same height as all the other floors, which actually makes it easier to copy upwards as we're going along. Now, I may not get this completely finished in this episode, unless I keep it more of a simplistic shape. But we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the fill command. So we're going to do 75 to 77, like that. And I can always remove or push these sides in a little bit more if I want to or need to. So what we'll do now is we're going to find the center of the building. So this was 40, what was it, 46? So 23. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 22. So that is the center. Oops. Okay, so because that's where the entrance is going to be. So what we can do is we can start by placing the entrance down. And another thing I want to figure out is what I want to do for the glass. So since I'm using the polished andesite, I could do a colored glass. I don't think I want to do anything bright. Like I don't want to do yellow, green, lime, orange, pink, magenta. I could always do like purple, blue, light blue. See, red, brown, green, I don't really use. I could always do like a gray, or light gray stained glass. So what we'll do is actually over here, I'll make some little test areas. So I get 4 different colors. So we're going to do this. Okay, so see the light stained gray, I don't know. I'm not really feeling that one. It's almost blending in too much with the andesite. What about white? I mean, that almost looks a little bit better. I mean, I could always just go with a regular clear as well. Black, I don't see black working as well. I mean, could work, but I don't know. I think I'd prefer white over black. But even then, that's almost too monochromatic. Purple, I mean, looks okay. Blue doesn't look too bad. Light blue, I almost feel like the light blue might work best. Although the purple one kind of catches my eye as well. Because it kind of just pops out a little bit more. What about magenta? Let's put magenta over here. I don't know. In a way I like it, but in a way it almost seems too bright. But looking at the purple, I feel like the magenta works better. So I could either do the light blue. What about cyan? What's cyan look like? I think it's going to look too dark. Yeah. So either magenta or light blue, I feel like is going to work. Actually, you know what? Let's just try lime. No, I don't like the lime. You know, I'm almost tempted to just go with the magenta. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go with the magenta. I can always change the color of it later on. Because what I can do is I can do that fill command to figure that out. So what we're going to do is we are going to do that. And I'm actually going to put in the path right here to the entrance. Okay, now the question is, how do we want to do the sides? I don't really think we want to do a full-on glass side like that. I'm almost tempted to go with something like that, where it's almost all the way straight up. Just kind of looking around what other buildings have done it like that. I mean, that could work with it, but and then have like little, like split it off in half. I don't know. Just kind of looking around, getting some ideas of what we can do. See, I'm almost thinking, I know I've done quite a few buildings like this, where I have the glass going straight up, but make it so it's a little bit wider for the glass. So I'm thinking maybe that's what we'll do. So let's do something like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do like something like 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And have these a little bit thicker, because normally I have them too wide, but if I'm going to do it like that and then have it go all the way up like that, and then I can come in so we're going to push this back. And then once I get this floor done, I can, so I think since I'm going with this design, we'll keep it rectangular. We're not going to vary the top at all. I mean, I could, but we'll keep it like this for now. Maybe I'll build a different building a little bit differently later on. So I know, like I said, it's been a while since I think you guys have seen me work on a building like this before, so... In fact, have I ever really shown how I build these buildings? I might have once before, but I don't know if I've really done it in these sorts of videos. Okay. And come right in, go across like this. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And just make sure this is 8 here. 2, 4, 6, 8. And it is. Okay, and then what we can do here is I'll take this block, 2, 11, 72, 116. And we're going to do fill. Magenta stained glass, replace air, just like that, and that'll keep those kind of pillar sorts of looking things right there. So let's go around to the front. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. 209, 77, 115. Fill air, and then we'll go through like this. Okay, then we'll do 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. So we have an option here. We could either make it so it goes like this, where it's 2 in the center all the way up, or we can make it 4 in the center all the way up like this. I almost think you know what, we're gonna do 2 in the center all the way up. That way the windows are all 8 instead of 8, 7, 7, 8. It's more uniform. And I want to keep the corners the same on both sides, so it's 3 and 3. Okay, and then we're going to do this, so -2, actually what I can do is I'll just do this. -2, 9, 77, 114. Fill. Magenta stained glass. Replace air. Okay, and that's the front. And then we're going to go around the back. We're going to do the same thing. 244, 77, 113. Fill. There. Okay, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3. And this should be 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it is. 244, 72, negative 114. And then go up to here. Fill. Magenta. Stained glass. Replace air. Okay, so the first floor exterior is done. What we're going to do is we're going to go inside now. And we are going to build the elevators slash stairs. So that was 36. So, well, 30. Oh yeah, 36. That'd be 18. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the center of the building here. Yeah. And that's how I base on what I'm going to do for the elevators slash stairs. So I think with a building like this, with this much air space, I think we're going to build this one quite tall. I don't know if it's going to be that tall, but I think we'll have it fairly close. And so with that being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this have 4 elevators. So we're going to have 2 elevators on this side, 2 elevators on this side, and then we'll have the stairwell in this behind, which is generally how I do that. So with the 4 elevators, 4 stairs, so basically you have like something like this. In fact, I think that actually looks pretty good as far as where that will go. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove that. Okay, and then we'll go over this side. Okay, we're gonna extend these over. Like that. Okay, and then the door for the stairwell will be here. And then we'll build the exterior wall here of the stairwell. Okay. I'll probably fill that part, need to fill that part back in here pretty soon. For now, we're gonna do it like that. This is just so we can get the shape of the stairwell first. Now, one thing I'm looking forward to having in Minecraft is the copper bulbs. Because of course I always use the redstone lamp, because I mean there's no other alternative basically. I mean, yeah, you get the torches and the lanterns, but the only problem with those is you can't control them, you can't turn them on and off. So, let's see. So having the copper bulbs will be a nice alternative to the redstone lamps. Okay. That's one elevator bank done. That's the second elevator bank done. So, let's see. I always start the stairs off this way. I could change it up and have it go this way, but I think because I usually have the door over on this side, I think I prefer usually having it over this way like this. So, put this back in. So I think I need to have that there first, like that. Okay. And then fill it in like that. There. And now we can do the stairwell down to the basement. I know I'm not doing a whole lot of talking, and I do apologize about that, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just make sure that lines up, and it does. Now I think what I may do, or may not do, I don't know, we'll see, is have any of the elevators come down to this level. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. What I may do is maybe, since we have 4 elevators, I'll have 2 of them come down, and then 2 of them will not come down. So I'll have the 2 closest to the stairwell come down, and then the other ones will just stop at the first floor. So that's the door there. So this one will come down. And then this one will come down. Okay, so that's all set for that. Now the next step, and I'll do the elevator part here. Well, not the elevator part, but I'll do the basement lighting, everything last. So now is for the lights and everything to put in. So usually what I'll do is I'll base it off the side here. So usually I'll go like 1, 2, and then the third one up I will do. And I'll have it go 3 up like this. So in this case it'll be 1, 2, 3 like that. And then so in this case, gotta put these stairs down. And we'll do 1, 2, and then 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. And that is the stairwell basically done. For the elevator shaft, we do this. Then we'll go over this side, do the same thing. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do... Yeah, you know what? We'll do the jungle signs for this building. Those don't look too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it blank. And we are going to wax it. And then we're going to do control middle mouse click, which will copy the thing. So if I place that there and try to edit it, it won't work. And what I use these for is for the elevators. So I go like this. And because the floor count is not, or the height is not even, I have to do these 2 block gaps every so often. And basically the water is gonna go between the signs. And basically how this will work is when I do the water command, it won't flood the signs, or waterlog the signs rather, which is actually really nice because We don't really want it to waterlog the signs. Okay, so the elevators are done for that. We'll go back in here. We'll take the regular jungle sign. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. And then we're going to remove the text. We're going to copy the sign. So now when I place this sign down, it will automatically have the glow text on it, like so. And then I can just do that. And then what I'm going to do is for the basement, I'm going to put this sign down. And I think what we'll do here is we'll do the floor, but I won't put the number down and I won't wax the signs. Yeah, I'll do this. But I'm not gonna put anything on those. Eventually I'll have like 1 or whatever the floor count is. But I'm not gonna do that right now. So I think that's basically it. Let's put a door down. Now the question is, I could use the jungle door, since we're using the jungle sign. Although, I don't know, I don't really like the looks of that door. Normally, I usually stick with the normal oak door. Which I think I'm going to stick with. Doesn't really match the signs. I'm not going to put the doors there yet. And there's a reason for that. We're almost at a minute already. Well, this video is going to go a little bit longer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the lights in. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause everything for the moment, and I will be right back for the video. So I will be back momentarily. Why is it not paused? Let's pause the recording. Or I can always stop it and then start it, or kind of combine them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I have returned. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to, I think, go from here to 10, 77, negative 115. And we're going to go over to this corner. So we're going to do fill, air, replace, polished, andesite. And the reason why I'm doing that, and I'm actually going to fill this area back in, is because it's only a 1 block gap between the ceiling and the floor. It's gonna be easier to work on the redstone for the lamps, or the lights rather, with the floor gone than it would be just then poking my head up in through the ceiling. So what I'm going to do In fact, it's almost easier just to put the lights in this way as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to have a couple redstone lamps there. Now there's a few different ways I can do the lamps. The most common way that I've been doing it is doing basically like rings of redstone lamps. Sometimes I'll do it diagonally. Other times, like basically like over here you can see I have like a ring and then little strips of like the lamps basically. I mean, there's different ways I can do it. It's just trying to figure out what I want to do. That's always the tough part. I could do what I normally do and do the rings. Yeah, I may just do that. It's almost easier just doing it that way. So like I said, this video is definitely going to be a longer video than what I normally would do. Well, that's fine. You guys get to see the process of a building being, or tower being built. Now, one thing I want to see. I don't think I think if I do this, I don't think that one's going to be lit up. No. And there's a reason why I'm thinking about that. And the reason is I might do this, have these for like the exterior, in between floors. But what I might be able to do because unfortunately if I have it like this, wait, those don't light up? Is it only if it goes directly into it like that? Ah. Okay, well, never mind. We won't have an issue there then. Good to know. Because I'm going to do something different to control those. Those aren't going to be controlled by redstone dust or wires. Okay, in fact, what we're going to do now is we're going to go around the edge and put these in. Kind of gives the building a little bit more flair as well. And what I'm gonna do is once the building is topped off, I'm gonna do the basement lights off camera, and of course I'm gonna hook up, or I'm gonna make a function file to run this building. Yeah, I'm gonna do that off camera as well. So you'll basically see the building go up, and see what it looks like to have the building go up. And then just the more technical stuff I'm going to do, like I said, off camera. So now another question I have is, how do I want to do the in-betweens of these? I could do it like this. I might do it like that for those, and then this is going to be 3 long. And then over on this side, I might need to do something different. So what I may do here is maybe I'll have more of like an inner loop. Like this, and then inside this loop I can do basically that. Yeah, I think that would work. Now, the question is, will this work? Let's just put, oh yeah, I'll do that. Do 3, 3. And I was afraid that this was going to happen. So what I can do is I can shift these down like this. This one will be slightly closer to this, which I mean is fine. Okay, I can do that. And then we go over this side, we'll do the same thing. Okay, and then what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to put orange wool down over here. So once I put the floor back in, we're not covering over those spots with polished diorite. So now what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a repeater, redstone repeater. We're going to put a lever down and we're going to place it here. We'll turn it on. And unfortunately that will light up that. But that's fine, we can have it run along the side like this until we get to the... Actually, wait. If I do that... Yeah, never mind, I don't need to do that. because it's going to have the bend, so it's not going to do that. Okay, so disregard. Okay, so we're going to do that. Run this all the way around this loop. And I will put the repeaters in here in a moment. Okay, so we're going to need to put one here. And we'll put one here. And then over on this side, there. In fact, I'm going to have it match up. That's what I usually do. So we're actually going to move this back one. Put a repeater there, like that. And so the inner part of the building is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way around the outer edge with these outer edge lights. Well, not the outside edge lights, but the ceiling edge lights. Okay, and we can put the repeaters in here. And then now that they're at the same spot, I can, they'll be at the same intervals on the sides here. So we'll see that this one indeed does line up with that one over there. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is we are going to we're going to have it go around like this, I guess. Okay, and then we will go like this. I'm actually going to have it connect up like that. In fact, I'm going to have a repeater feed into this. And these parts aren't going to be symmetrical. But from this side to the other side it will be. Okay, like that. And we'll do the same thing over here. Connect these parts up. Put a repeater signal into there. And then one more repeater there, and that's it. So that is the ceiling lights for this floor done. So what I can do now is I can turn off the lever, And now what we can do is we can switch this back around, polished andesite, and we are going to replace air. So just like that. And then now we can take the orange wool out. And so now that the first floor is done, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove this entryway here. And there's a reason for this. I'll put it back in here in a moment. But we don't need these items anymore. I'm going to keep the lever. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a structure block. And over in this corner I'm going to place one here. And we're going to switch it to corner mode. We're going to do T. Over in this corner, I'm going to place another structure block. I'm going to go into corner mode. We're going to call that T. Now, what we're going to do here is place another structure block there. We're going to go into save mode. This is going to be T. We're going to do detect. And now you can see the entirety of this floor is outlined. So now that's been detected, what we're going to do is we're going to do save. And we're going to do this. So negative 3610. We're going to go up to here. Negative 3610. We're going to do load once. Oh, I didn't put T in. Load once, and you can see there's now an outline. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to control middle mouse click this one. So I have this exact copy of this one. And we're going to do load. Place it this here. Load. And we just do this all the way up. So now the question is how many floors I want to do. Like I said, we're going to go pretty high up. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oop, didn't load it properly. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, counting with Wizzy 0. 15, I think it was. I lost count. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I think this is actually going to be the second tallest tower in Towering Heights here, based on roof height. 27, I think. 28, 29, 30. We've now surpassed that one, or tied that one. 31, 32. You know, I think that might be good right there. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. Keep that structure block because I usually like to keep them for stuff like this. We're going to get rid of these structure blocks. We're going to go back over here. Put the entrance back in. Now I'll place the doors down. And we're going to get rid of this structure block. And now we're going to go back up fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a redstone torch. We're going to do this on the way up. So every 4 floors, I'm going to put a redstone torch on the corners of the building. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do it in line with the lights here. So we'll go all the way around. And this is kind of like the corner markers that you'd see in skyscrapers in real life. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, all the other buildings I have these as well. Although this building, it looks like I never did add them. So I'll have to do that at some point. And one more corner before we go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'm also going to do off camera is I'm going to do all the signs and everything inside. Add the water and everything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water for the elevators. And I'll go and add a control room for all the lights as well. But yeah, I think the magenta was actually a good color for this building. It almost kind of complements the dark diorite. Or andesite, was it? Andesite, yeah. Diorite's, I think, the white one. Or is that... Is there granite? Yeah, granite. Actually, granite is... No, that's quartz. Yeah, diorite's the white one. Granite's that one. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the roof. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it on top. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to remove this top layer of magenta stained glass. Actually, what I can do... I don't think I'm going to have the lights on the topmost one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do negative 244, 294, negative 71. Fill, air, replace, magenta, stained glass. And we're actually going to remove these as well. Just fill it in with the polished andesite blocks. Couple more sides and then these will be done. So I have done other buildings on the server used with lights like this before. And in fact, I've done one building, unfortunately, well, one of the buildings I did with this, I made it so it can do different patterns. But unfortunately, the way I did it, I might be able to do it a little bit differently using functions. But it lagged a lot. So basically, I don't use any of those special patterns for obvious reasons. But like I said, maybe at some point I can experiment with it using functions and see if I can do it without it lagging. Now the reason why I'm doing it on the sides like this is so I'm not accidentally filling the interior with polished andesite. We only have one more side left anyways. Okay, and then now what we will do is we will, because we don't need the stairwell and the elevators to go to the roof. There's no reason for that. I mean, unless I wanted to add like a observation deck. But I really don't need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take... I could do the jungle wood for this. And this we can shift down by 1. The elevators, you don't need the signs all the way up, basically just to this point, because you're not going any further. And usually I'll have the elevator ceiling go here, but I think I want to leave these lights here, so that's why I'm just filling it on, or doing the roof block. Oh, did not mean to restart that song. I was just trying to move it down. Okay, so now that building, technically most of it is done at this point. So all I have left to do is put the lights in for the basement, put the levers in, whatever, for all the lights, and create the function file to control the lights. Basically put the water in for the elevators and change all the signs, put the floor numbers on, and then that's it. This building will be done. But yeah, basically that's generally how I build these buildings. Sometimes, like I said, I might vary it up or whatever. Like this building, it's basically the same all the way up until this point, where I have like kind of like this 45 kind of degree angle, putting almost like a chunk out of it. But where I'll do like different variations, like this one where I'll have the kind kind of like a step-up sort of thing. Where I'll do different shapes like this one. The reason why this one's like this is because to kind of fit this area in a little bit more because of the federal building here. This one looks almost like an Uno card logo thing, which is kind of based off of like the FIB building or whatever in Grand Theft Auto 5. This one obviously based off the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. I mean, there's other buildings around the server that I do have different designs like that one or whatever, but a lot of them are just plain old square buildings. But I mean, a lot of skyscrapers in the world are kind of just generic like this, especially buildings from the 70s. But, which this one kind of looks like almost. Building could be from like the 70s. Something you might like see in like Manhattan or like New York. I mean, obviously like New York City or Boston or wherever. But yeah, anyways. So that's what it looks like to build a tower. Like I said, I know it's been a while since we've done that. And I kind of want to hop on, mention about all the street lights that I've done. Because it has been a while. Well, not a while, but I've been busy with that. But yeah. Anyways, so I don't think I'm going to do another Minecraft video for next week. So I think what we're going to do is, well, I'll post another Minecraft video in 2 weeks. I'll showcase this building once it's completely done. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!